In the 1990s, this movie was not just big in Ghana, but the entire Africa. Not just because it was based on a real story, but because it became a guide for stowaways in Africa. Now, for those of you who don't know what this movie is, it is called The Deadly Voyage. It was produced in Ghana in 1996, and it was based on a real story of this guy called Kingsley Ofosu. Now, this is how it happened. On 24th October 1992, this guy called Kingsley Ofosu, together with his half-brother Albert Kujo and 6 other Ghanaians, they stowed their way onto this particular ship called the Makrubi that had docked at Takrade, loading cocoa and heading for France. Now, when they got on board, they met this guy who had already boarded the ship already from Cameroon. Now, 6 days into the voyage, their water container broke, and then they went around looking for water on the ship. That is when they got caught by these crewmen, but they were able to convince them by giving them money. Then they agreed to hide them where they put the ship's anchor chain. Now, they were there for 3 days. Then the crewmen came, moving them 2 by 2, claiming that they were taking them to a more comfortable place. Not knowing they were unaliving them, they did it until they got to the final 2, which is Kingsley Ofosu and his brother. While they were moving them, they saw the stain on the crewman's shirt, and then they knew what was going on. His brother, Albert Kujo, was clipped and then thrown into the ocean. But then he was able to run away and hide on the ship. Now, they looked for him for 3 days, and then they couldn't find him until they finally got to France. Then this guy was able to escape to the police in France and report the whole matter. Luckily for him, they found some Ghanaian documents on the ship that proved that whatever this guy was talking about was really true. The crewmen were arrested. Some of them were sentenced to life in prison. Others got 20 years. And you know what this guy did? He went to Union Pictures and then he sold the story to them. Then he struck a deal that will give him a percentage of whatever they got. Initially, they gave him $67,000. Then this guy put himself through school and invested the rest of the money in business here in Ghana. Now, in 2007,